Hello folks, welcome to Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to show you, give you an idea how does a dimmer works in your car. And then today we got a 1156 light bulb that we're going to use to show you how the dimmer works. So sometimes you want the dash to be less brighter or more brighter, so then you control it with a dimmer. So how does that work? What does it do actually when you're applying more or less light to the dash? So today we're going to be using a multimeter to see what does that reduce. And with that, we're using a 12 volt battery. We got this light bulb connected to one side of the battery, and then the other side we put the dimmer from the battery, dimmer, light bulb, and the other side is just battery to the light bulb. And we're going to be using this dimmer to increase and decrease the brightness of this light bulb. So we're going to find out if we reverse the wires, if it does work as well. So with that said, let's get started. So as we spoke in the beginning of the video, we got the wires, one wire straight to the positive of the battery into the light bulb, and then the other one comes out of the socket of the light bulb, goes through the dimmer, and from the dimmer it goes into the negative of the battery. So as we spin the knob, the light bulb increases or decreases the intensity of the light. So we can turn it all the way down and it turns off, or we can turn it slowly and it barely starts lighting up, and then we can go all the way to the brightest point. So how does that work? So right now we're gonna reverse the wires and see if it does work as well, having the positive coming into the dimmer. So now we have flipped the wire, so now the negative goes straight into the light bulb and the positive comes out of the battery and it goes into the dimmer. From the dimmer comes out and then it goes into the other light bulb socket wire. So now if we turn the dimmer on, it starts coming on and it gets brighter as we spin it towards the clockwise, and if we counterclockwise, we decrease the intensity, so it turns off. So we go, as you can see, it doesn't matter if it's reversed or not, it still works. So now we're going to put the multimeter and see what's being decreased or increased. So now we have set our multimeter to volt and we are reading 0 volts, and we have connected one terminal to this side of the light bulb and the other terminal to the other side of the light bulb. So it's right in where the connectors of coming into the light bulb are. So we got one after the dimmer and one coming out of the battery, so it's straight into it. So we're gonna control the dimmer. Right now the dimmer is supposed to be all the way down. The light bulb, as you can see, is off. So as we increase or spin the knob on the dimmer, what happens, the volts come up. So we give it some more, and more volts show up in our multimeter. So we give it some more and more volts. So we came from 0 volts to 7.8. So we give it all the way up, and the battery, whatever the battery is giving us right now, that's what this guy is giving us. So this guy is allowing the dimmer, we got it maxed out, is letting all the volts go through. So it's 10.97, 96. So this dimmer, what it's acting as is, if a battery, when you reduce the intensity of the light bulb, what you're doing is you're reducing the volts going to the light bulb. So it's acting as the battery is reducing the volts. So when you see the dimmer way down, it's just like a battery not being fully charged. You will be reading a battery with 3.4 volts. That's what the light bulb will light up as. But this, all it does is control volts going into the light bulb. There's 12 volts up to this guy. If we measure right at this end, you read whatever the battery is giving. Up to here from the battery, we are getting full power. But this dimmer, after it comes out, we can control it by increasing or decreasing the voltage going through. So this is a voltage controller, so that's how the light bulb dims up or dims down. Okay folks, so we saw how the intensity or the dimmer works on a dash for your light bulb. So you increase or decrease the lighting into the dash. So today we are going to try to see if we can decrease or increase the intensity of this LED, because we heard that these LED light bulbs cannot be controlled, or the brightness cannot be controlled. So we're gonna test it. We got this 1194 light bulb that we're gonna put into this socket that is from a dash, from a cluster from our Tercel, and we're gonna test it, and then we're gonna test the LED. So we'll get started with that, see if it's true or not. So now we got the 1194 light bulb, and we're gonna control the intensity. And I don't see the intensity being controlled by the dimmer. So it looks like once it turns on, it stays the same. So it doesn't look like it's being controlled. So you can barely notice the change of the intensity of the light bulb. So now, that's why these light bulbs, they don't work too well on the daytime. So people are like, they can't see the gauges, and sometimes during the day, so they turn on their light bulb, their intensity, but it doesn't even seem like it works. So, and you can't control it too well. So we're gonna try this 1194 LED and see how it works. So now we have conventional light bulb out, and we have put LED light bulb. So now we're gonna try to control the intensity of the light and see if it works. And doesn't work. It just turns on and off. That's it. And as we increase the intensity or the voltage, it stays. It doesn't affect the light bulb. So it doesn't work. It cannot be dim. And well folks, we wanted to expose or give you an idea how that dimmer works on the dash. It's a simple component, but we don't realize what is being controlled by this component. So we wanted to expose that this is acting as a battery charge system. So it can increase or decrease the voltage going to the light bulb, and that's how it controls the intensity of the light in the system. And we tried the LED light bulb, and it didn't change. It didn't react from higher to lower intensity. It just went from on to off. That was it. So we're gonna show a video how we put LED lights into our cluster of our Tercel, and see how it reacts and how well it works compared to what we got on the conventional light bulbs. So that's gonna be a video that we're bringing up soon. So for those folks who haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in El Canal El Chano Jose.